Alright guys, time to start this X01 that I told you I was going to rebuild. So the parts came in the post today, so that's all my diff cases and everything that I got a whole bundle for about, I think it's about £15 UK or something. It was just loads of various parts. So I've got front back diff cases, some arms, battery clips, some bits I don't need, but it was in a whole kit, so I grabbed the whole lot while I seen it. The other parts I've got, I'll show you just now. Got all sorts of drive couplings, arm rods, arms, rubber covers, front diffuser, rear spoiler also. Also I've got a complete set of high speed bearings for the car that I've got here, and a bag of various other goodies as well, like body mounts, motor mounts, extra gears, different springs, etc. I got a lot with the car when I first bought it because I actually bought the X01 used, so I got it for about £400 about a year and a half ago or something like that. So the guy that I bought it off, he had loads of spares that he'd gave me, but obviously I kind of gave up on the car and I've never used it. So today the plan is, firstly, I'll just put a picture up of the original X01 hubs that I found on their site, and I'll show you my ones just now. So you can see I'm running square hubs, and I've been using these GRP S1 tyres that came on my model. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a set of hoons on, because a smaller diameter, less chance of rubbing anything like the old ones I think might have been doing, could have been affecting handling. And the original X01 hubs, you can see they fit in there nice, no problem. So I'll get them switched over, then take everything off the body, so get it stripped down just to absolutely bare again, get everything cleaned up, and just slowly start rebuilding it a bit at a time. The main bit I'll be doing first, once it's all cleaned up, is replacing this diff casing that's got the broken bit for the arm. Get that all switched over and just get the base ready to go nice and clean to work on. So when I do the new wiring and everything, it'll all be able to get all nice and neat, and just basically start from the ground up on this car. That's why I'm going to do this in a part series. So initially the first part here is just going to be getting the chassis stripped down, cleaned, rebuilt, getting the suspension all back on, just make sure that new diff case is on, and then we'll start going on to electronics and various different things as I build it. Right, let's get on with this. The first thing I'm going to do is just take the front and back off, basically just removing a few screws in the back plate there. I'll video it and sort of time lapse it, and the thing is I'm going to have to take this in the house to clean up, because the old ESC that was in there was glued on and it's an absolute mess there, so I want to get that all cleaned up before I start everything. So I'll get that all done, then I'll be back out and we'll move on to the next bit. Check that out, just 4 screws at the bottom, 2 at the top, and it comes off the modular section, so that's absolutely perfect. So we'll do the same at the back, get that off as well, and we'll have the flat tray in the middle, should be ready to go. Right, time to go clean this up, get all this glue off. It's going to be an absolute nightmare, so this is definitely getting done off camera, because I think it's going to take me a little while and a lot of scraping. Back's in. Right, that's the body all cleaned up kind of as best I could do quickly there. The only thing is, I got all the hard plastic off there, but I'm going to have to get some kind of sandpaper. I've not got any sandpaper left, just to put on there and just to kind of get that a bit smoothed down. It's pretty flat, but I want to just get back to the bare metal before I put a new ESC on there. So I'll get the rear end on just now, and we'll change the rear hubs and put a couple of hoons on, see what that looks like. Before I stick the back end on, just quickly I thought I'd show you just literally how smooth the bearings are in this. It's just nice and really nice feel to it. It's really good, this. The X01, that is one thing I noticed. I don't know if it's because the guy had put different bearings or if the standard ones are that good, but Just probably the smoothest feeling wheels I've got on any RC, even under gearing it still feels nice and smooth. So just got to engage this little drive gear here into the diff. So if I spin that, you can see the tyres are starting to go. I'll get the 2 screws in at the top and the 6 screws in at the bottom, and that should be the back end on sorted as quick as that. Really enjoying this modular system, nice and easy. Right, that's the rear end on, so just put this air duct on for the motor just now. I'll probably have to come off later when I put the motor in, but stick it on there now just to put everything back together. If I can get this screw. If I got that in right. There we go. And what we'll do now I've got that in is we'll take these back wheels off, the 5th scale wheels and nuts. We'll change the hubs to the 1/7 scale, and I'll put the hoons on the back and we'll see what that looks like, and then we'll get onto the front end. Let's take this first one off. There we go. Now I can understand why the guy put these GRPs on initially, because at the time you wouldn't have had anything like hoons or that. I don't think there was a lot of options for speed tyres other than the X01 standard wheels at the time. So it would have been a big improvement over them, but I think now you get things like hoons and a lot more speed tyre options. It's a much better idea just to keep to the 7/8 scale tyres are a much better idea. What's interesting as well is these just go on a flat sort of plate, which I'll show you there, and the actual standard X01 versions, they've got bearings internally to them, so that can only be better too. You think that'll be a lot smoother running having that bearing inside there. So stick that in. Or try to pull that a touch out. Before I run this as well, I'll take these off and put Loctite on. Something else I need to pick up. So there's one hub on, and we'll switch the other side. I'll not do that on camera because you see it's just basically one Allen bolt, take it out, put it in, job done. So I'll switch that over, then we'll get the hoons on. Yeah, I'll try the hoon on just now, see what it looks like. The hoons I'm going to stick on though, they're just an old set I've got lying about. I've got a full set of brand new golds, which I was going to put on my infraction, but I'll see how that goes. I'll just stick these ones on for the purposes of this just now. Double checking there's no serrated edges on that, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. That's one of the things that literally annoys me about Traxxas. It's just a little silly thing, but I mean, even their hexes, they have to be a wee bit slightly different shape. Instead of being a normal hexagon shape, they have to make it with little indents and things. Just, I think they try and force you to buy their own brand aftermarket parts and things. They're it remind me a bit of iPhone that way. Just kind of try to just kind of dominate and make everybody buy their own stuff, which I don't really personally like. But anyway, that's another topic. There's one on. It's quite good. There's zero play in that really, maybe a little bit. Nothing major. Another thing on the topic of this while I'm doing it is these kind of videos I don't mind doing. They do take a lot longer to make than my normal action videos, but just like a wee bit of feedback off you guys if this is something you want to see me do more, or just not bother seeing, just seeing the results, because obviously I was wanting to do different content on my channel, keep things mixed up, and see, I'm happy doing it, but if you guys don't really want to watch this, I don't mind not putting it up. So if you like it or not, please let me know, and yeah, we'll take it from there if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Anyway, that's the rear end on, so now that can get done away with for a second. I'll have to change the ride height as well here, because you see the size of these tyres are a lot bigger diameter than what the Hoons are. Right, now getting more to the serious bit of this sort of chassis rebuild is, obviously I showed you before, the diff case there's a little bit snapped off where the arm sits on, so the arm's fine. I've got other arms anyway, but there's nothing wrong with that one. So I'll take this apart, we'll have a look at it, then we'll stick this on and hopefully get everything back together, change the hubs, and that'll be the chassis pretty much done for now anyway. I've got another aero kit for it and things like that, but there's no real hurry to stick that on. The main thing is just now is just to get a kind of good roller so I can start looking at electronics that I want to start putting in. Right, I've came across a problem here I really didn't expect to happen. If you can see, this is a broken bottom of the diff case here. Well, it's not actually the diff case, it's an actual base at the bottom, so if you can try to get this, the diff comes out and sits down onto this bottom plate, which is, try and move this out of the road, it's one big solid unit from here to here. Then everything goes internally there and the arm sits in there. Whereas the ones that I've got, there's a diff case and that sits on this one here, so the arms go through. But that doesn't line up at all to fit on this bottom plate at the front of the car. So I don't know if maybe the newer X01s had an upgrade or a variation, but I can't even go ahead and fit that, because if I go and fit that, there's nowhere for the steering bell crank to fit onto, because this is all one piece. So it looks like I'm going to have to put this on hold for a little second and order up a new plate for my model X01. So yeah, we'll be stopping there just now guys, but there we go, there's part one. So the next part of the video I do, once I get a few more bits ordered, we'll get that corrected and we'll move on with the video. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and like I said before at the start or the middle of the video, if you're enjoying this kind of content, please let me know. If not, let me know too, and I won't do it. But yeah, we'll have to get this car sorted anyway, so have to tidy this up just now, get a couple of parts ordered, and we'll be back. And I'd say we're 75% of getting this chassis rebuilt and ready as a great roller. So looking forward to getting these bits sorted, which I've just went on just now to, well, I found it on Model Sport UK, and they're showing the part number as TRX6430, so they've not got it in stock till February. So what I'll do is I'll try and source it somewhere else to get a bit faster, but you can see it's only £9.26 UK there, so it's a cheaper chips part. I'll get that picked up, we'll get on with the build, and next time we're back, we'll hopefully get some electronics started into the car too. I really want to get a gyro and stuff fitted to it and just really improve the performance overall with the car. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one, and thanks again for watching, really appreciated. Take care everybody, bye.